it's not a guest speaker, it's just an introduction, is Mr. Lunga Siyo. He drives the Telkom YEP program, and just for an introduction of this program to the group, Lunga, if you will, I'm giving you the screen.
Yeah, just want to check, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and we can see the screen as well.
You can see the screen as well. So I'm Lunga Siyo, and thanks for the opportunity, guys. I've just been following the conversation right throughout the whole morning. Quite interesting with some of the issues that you guys are battling with. And since I also know that I'm standing between lunch, in essence, between me and lunch, I'll try and be as short as possible on my introduction of what we're trying to do with this platform. So I look after Telkom Business as CEO, and part of my job is to actually digitize, our services in essence. And we used to have a good old Yellow Pages business that used to actually allow small businesses to advertise on our print book, in essence. We still do that, but we've actually evolved as well, hence the creation of the YEP platform. The YEP platform, in essence, it's more of an online mall. Think about an online mall. You could have a physical store in a mall, or you could have a store in an online platform. And there's two types of stores, or let's call it online presence, that you could have online. You could have your own standalone website, or you could go into a marketplace where you create a store and actually benefit from the traffic that the marketplace is driving. More like a mall offering, in essence. A lot of customers, especially small customers or small business customers, would actually create their own online, let's call it a standalone websites. What we found is that when you do that, it actually becomes expensive because you actually have to drive traffic to your own website yourself. And driving traffic digitally is an expensive exercise. You can use free tools such as Facebook, I agree. However, a lot of customers are actually searching stuff on Google. You find them on Facebook, and people that you do find on Facebook are actually on social. They actually don't have an intention to buy. So you actually do a lot of brand awareness rather than find people that actually have an intention to buy. So we thought of creating an online marketplace called YEP for small businesses. Small businesses could potentially just enroll themselves into this platform, create an online store whereby they actually are able to actually present their own services into customers directly. And the whole point around this is that you can actually operate from wherever in South Africa and offer your services to the rest of the country. It actually extends your access to markets. Rather than trading in Kimberley, you can actually trade with customers in Kimberley, but also across the entire country as well. And the benefits around it is that we sit here and actually drive traffic into the mall, the online mall itself. So we currently sit with around 1 million visitors per month on a monthly basis and growing, right? And these visitors that actually come to this platform is actually customers that are looking for businesses, right? And some of the main, let's call it, categories that people search for here is largely in the home services space. People such as doctors, plumbers, beauty salons, garden services, cleaning services, but we actually have companies in the IT space, marketing companies, or any other vertical. And we're starting to verticalize it. You see it in my screen in terms of the components that we're creating here, and actually pinpoint and find people that are looking for those type of businesses and actually drive it into the platform on your behalf. So you get that benefit of actually getting that. There's a couple of things that we can do with you once we've enrolled you in terms of how you actually surface your content, how you make your store to actually stand out and be seen, how we make your store within the platform to actually rank higher. And we actually have partnered with Google because we also have a service that we offer to small businesses where we can run your Google campaigns if you want. And also with Facebook and Google, we use a standardized tool, which actually makes it easy for us, right, to actually run these campaigns. So anyone who actually doesn't understand digital can actually do that, but would rather do it on behalf of small businesses. When you give us a budget, we run your campaigns. We link it with your store that sits on this marketplace. We make sure that your Google My Business presence on Google is actually up to date as well, because we have a tool that we use. It's all automated. We make sure that we can boost your campaigns on Facebook, but would rather make sure that a lot of traffic comes to this platform and actually allows you to get a lot of customers, in essence. Behind this platform as well, we have something where we say most businesses that are enrolled on the platform can actually buy from the platform. So they can buy from other businesses, but they can also buy some of the products and services that we sell as the entire Telkom group, in essence, like connectivity, your PABX, your voice, your data, internet services. You can buy from the platform by just logging in essence. But we've also partnered with what we call cloud-based accounting apps such as Zero A lot of people would know Zero is an accounting package that a lot of small businesses use across the world. It has come into the country. I think they've got presence for about 2 years. We've partnered with them to actually become their reseller channel. We're actually finding an installation partner to do exactly the same thing. We're doing the same thing with Office 365 from Microsoft, Google G Suite. We're finding a lot of applications that small businesses can use, including WhatsApp, for enterprises as well. We're actually talking to them to actually create a product for small businesses, because that application has actually been created for large enterprises. So it's quite expensive. So I've actually engaged with them to say, listen, can't you actually find a way of actually just creating smaller components of this application so that we can actually help small businesses to communicate with their own customers via WhatsApp in essence. And that's the suite of services that colleagues were trying to create behind this platform. Not just you being found by customers, but we also aggregate services that you'd normally buy from elsewhere, where you could actually buy it via this platform. And the whole point around this is bulk buying. We buy it in bulk, we can actually make the price cheaper. Take Office 365 as an example. If you want your business license, it's about 2.5. Where we're sitting, we can offer it at around 2,000 bucks in essence. Same as Zero, N and all of these other applications that businesses. We also have financial services behind it, but I'm not going to talk about that. But we're actually adding a lot of services behind the platform so that we can become the champion of small businesses. We can actually aggregate the bulk buying, or aggregate the demand and do the bulk buying so that small businesses can actually buy things cheaply that they need on a daily basis to be able to trade, thereby lowering their cost of doing business. In essence, that's what sits behind the platform, and that's what I wanted to share with you. You guys can go online. It's called yep.co.za. You can download the app, play around with it, see what type of businesses are there. We're adding a lot more verticals. We will verticalize it and look at different industries, and we'll get to a point where we actually facilitate transactions on the platform themselves, more like what you find in an Uber or an Uber Eats type of an app in essence. All we're trying to do is to create access to small businesses across the country and support them in getting a lot more customers and getting their goods and services to be seen by everyone in the country rather than their own little sort of towns in essence. So that's it from my side. I didn't want to take too long to try, but I think just invite you colleagues to just play around with the platform, yep.co.za, see what's there, and there's a lot behind it as well. And our capability is to support small businesses in essence.
Lunga, thank you very much for the introduction. It's good that the business traders know about this. It's actually, if you're my age, you will know it's the old yellow pages. So that's actually what it is, but yes, it's more refined at this point in time. Next on the program, we're going to talk about business technology and innovation. And before we do that, there's another business. I just want Fani du Plessis to do an introduction, because they've created now on the Grow SA platform a virtual mall. Fani, if you can maybe just introduce that.